Looks better than my actual lawn. So it's been a couple of days since we did this, but the cushions are all done now, and I've been working the last couple of days, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to be in here. We did the corners, so we cut like the like a square out and was able to fold it and stitch the two edges together to get like a really nice edge, and then we had to hand stitch it shut. We're doing the curtains today, and I'm just going to take some measurements. So it's been a couple of days now since I worked on the van. I've been working and I went away last week, so I haven't really had a chance, but now I'm going to start hanging up these curtains. So what I've got here is some spring wire, especially for hanging curtains, and so I'm going to measure this up, cut it to size, and then screw it into the panel. So these are the finished curtains. The way they're built, I guess, the top little bit is overlapped, and a little bit of satin cloth has been sewed to make sure that there's a little gap like that, and that is where we will thread this cord through, and therefore it will allow the curtain to slide freely and like bunch up so you can open and close them. So they're going to be slide curtains like that. So now that I've cut the hanging cord, I'm screwing in these little hooks. So the idea is that the screw that I've drilled into the van will act as a mounting point for the hook. So it will just hook on just like that, and then that will support the cord, and we can remove the cord if we ever want to change the curtains or anything like that. So now the curtains are on, and they do block out a lot of light, which is great. So this is them opened. So when you're driving around, it'll be like this, so you can see where you're going and see what's behind you. So the back curtain tucks away nicely behind the fridge there, and to get it out, what you do is, and then pull it over, and that is looking really good now. All the curtains are now done. I'm just going to unlock the van. So today is pretty much the last day I'll have to work on it before Christmas, so I'm going to try to do as much as I can, and that's going to begin with the flooring. So I got some vinyl and from a friend, so I got that for free, fortunately enough, but generally that goes for about $20 a square meter. But first, before I can install the flooring, I have to get rid of all this stuff off the floor. Now this surface is nice and clean, nice and smooth, and I'm going to do a dry fit of lino now. It fits, sorta. Yeah, so it's a bit big. Sharp knife actually does do a better job than the scissors. It's really handy because you can like be pretty precise with it. I found that you can score the vinyl and then go through and make a final cut. So what I've done here is made a bunch of little incisions and then push this circular piece through, and then I can go around and cut each of these off, and it should look decent afterwards. So I've cut all these little pieces out that were up. I've slotted that in there, and so it looks a bit more flush. Now use some liquid nails just to glue down this corner here and glue this to the wheel well, so hopefully that will hold it a bit better. I'm making the sink now, so I picked this up from Bunnings. So what this is, it's our little wastegate for our sink. So we've just cut out a little piece like that. It's very hot, so I'm not going to hold that for too long. So now we're just going to go around the edges and round it out. So we've now got this hole about as round as we need it. So we're going to thread through the wastegate now. No. Better. Now I'm going to use the jigsaw and cut out our circle. That is by no means a circle. Don't you just hate it when your sink's there 1 minute and then you go for a drive and then your sink's gone? Me too. So we're going to be using lots of glue around the edges to secure the sink in place nice and snug. When I went to pick up the lino, I also got some of this. This is Astroturf, but the lush kind. Let's get this onto the doors and on the tabletop. Now we have 3 roughly cut pieces that we can drill to the panel. I'm going to secure it in with some short screws so it doesn't pierce the wood. What I've also done with this particular piece, I've allowed so you can pull it up, access your storage, and then push it back down again. This is looking absolutely fantastic. I'm really happy with it. This part is proving to be a little bit difficult. Forming the grass around the sink, because the sink is elevated, we have to account for the elevation, because if I was to just put it over and cut around it, it wouldn't match up and it would look like it's raised. So I've got to fix that, and the only way to fix that is with patience, unfortunately. Now it's formed around this sink, and it actually looks pretty cool. Take a look from this angle. I've got some stuff in the sink because that was on the bench top before. Grass in the sink now, great. And that is how it's looking. So I've still got to secure it down obviously, and I probably curved this over so to give it that kind of look. So I've also curved around this side now, and so that comes in flush with the van and it's ready to screw down. So that is all for today. It's been a really big day. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't seen the others, there's a playlist just over here somewhere, and yeah, if you want to subscribe and like this video, share it with your friends, that'd be great too. Until next time guys, see you then.